He was the yes guy. Anytime someone needed help, he said yes. Even when he was tired, even when it ruined his plans, even when he silently screamed on the inside, he still said yes. Because he was raised to be nice, polite, helpful, and for years he believed that being available made him valuable. At work, he'd stay late. At home, he'd fix problems that weren't his. He was the guy who picked up the pieces while his own life quietly fell apart. The scary part? No one noticed, and how could they? He never said anything, never said no. But slowly, something changed. He stopped smiling after doing favors, started avoiding texts, felt exhausted even after sleep, and still, he said yes. Until one evening, everything collapsed. He was sitting in his car outside the grocery store. His phone buzzed. A coworker asked if he could take another shift. Last minute, his stomach sank. He stared at the message. The request wasn't outrageous, but something inside him whispered, "If you say yes again, you're going to disappear." That was the moment it clicked. The real reason he was stuck wasn't lack of time. It was lack of boundaries. He always thought no was a rejection. But that day, he realized no is protection. He took a deep breath and typed, "Sorry, I can't this time. Hope you find someone." Then he sat still, waiting for the guilt, the panic, the regret. It didn't come. Instead, a strange calm settled in. And for the first time in years, he felt something he hadn't felt in a long time: control. He didn't hate people. He hated never choosing himself. And when he chose himself, nothing bad happened. The world didn't collapse. Nobody blocked him. He didn't lose friends. In fact, something strange happened. People started respecting him. Turns out when you respect your own time, others do too. You see, we don't say yes because we're kind. We say it because we're scared. Scared of conflict. Scared of being seen as difficult. Scared of being alone. Psychology calls it fawning, the habit of pleasing others as a survival response, especially common in people who were punished for having needs or grew up in homes where love felt conditional. They learned early to be liked, stay agreeable, to be safe, don't disagree, to be loved, say yes, even when you want to scream no. And that childhood programming, it follows us into adulthood, into work, into friendships, into relationships that leave us drained but afraid to walk away. But here's the truth. People-pleasing is not kindness. It's self-abandonment dressed as politeness. Saying no doesn't make you rude. It makes you real. It means you've stopped trading your peace for someone else's comfort. And no, it won't be easy at first. Your voice might shake. Your heart might race. You might second-guess every boundary you try to set. But over time, something powerful will happen. You'll start to recognize what truly matters. You'll protect your energy like it's sacred, because it is. You'll stop over-explaining. Stop apologizing for resting. Stop proving your worth by how much you tolerate. You'll realize you were never supposed to carry everyone. You were supposed to build something of your own. He did exactly that. The man who once said yes to everything began choosing differently. He blocked out weekends for himself, stopped replying instantly, said, "I'd love to help, but I can't commit right now." And when someone got upset, he didn't shrink. He didn't chase approval. He reminded himself, "I'm allowed to disappoint others to stay true to myself." And slowly, things shifted. He had more energy, more clarity, more time to finally do what he said he'd someday do. He restarted his fitness journey, worked on his side project, called his mom, sat in silence without guilt. All of that became possible, not by working harder, but by finally saying the word he feared the most: no. So what about you? How many yeses are stealing your peace right now? How many things are you tolerating because you're afraid of conflict? How many dreams are waiting behind a simple word you're too scared to say? You don't need to be everything for everyone. You just need to be honest with yourself. If it doesn't feel right, don't fake it. If you're tired, rest. If it costs your peace, the price is too high. Because every time you say yes to something that doesn't serve you, you say no to your goals, to your health, to your joy. That trade is never worth it. Saying no isn't rejection, it's redirection back to yourself. And you don't need a reason to protect your energy. You don't need permission to rest. You don't owe explanations for your boundaries. You are allowed to say, "No, I can't. No, I'm not available. No, this doesn't work for me." Not with anger, not with guilt, just with quiet confidence, the kind that comes from knowing your worth. You were not born to be a doormat. You were born to create, to build, to love with intention, not obligation. And none of that happens if your time belongs to everyone but you. This is your life, not theirs. Your peace is sacred. Your time is non-refundable. And your future is waiting behind the boundaries you're scared to set. So set them. Say the word. Say it for your dreams, for your focus, for the version of you that's been ignored for far too long. Say it not with fear, but with faith, because every powerful yes starts with one brave no. If this message hit home, subscribe. We create what others are afraid to say out loud. And if you're ready to stop people pleasing, your journey starts right now.